came to Parliament as a nurse and a midwife. And before I came to Parliament, I sat at the bedside of these women in Bulawayo who had been through things that no constitutional document fully captures, like violence, dispossession, silence, and Mr. Speaker, because of that, the women of Bulawayo say they need visibility. They need a door where they can find people, where they can find someone who can help them. And looking at my concern, Mr. Speaker, is the gender mandate. This bill removes the Zimbabwe Gender Commission from the Constitution. The rationale offered is institutional rationalization. The functions can be absorbed into Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission. And the founding commitments to equality and non-discrimination survive untouched. I accept some of those points, but the rights remain on paper. That is not the rights remain on paper only. My dispute with what happens between paper and the women, for example, in Kaudri Park, in Pumula and in Kulmane and Geta, does not...
Honourable Mguni, honourable members, please can you lower your whispering voices? They are becoming too high and drowning the current member who is on the floor. Let's keep our voices down. Honourable Mguni, you can continue.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I was saying my dispute is with what happens between the paper and the woman in Kaudri Park, in Kulumane, in Geta, for example. It does not begin with her engagement with the state for a constitutional diagram. She begins from a lived problem. Mr. Speaker, the transferred mandate will be constitutional. The transferred mandate will not merely be a statutory. The same independence is not guaranteed that it will protect every woman in Bulawayo. What is not coherent on paper is how this mandate will be protected from the thing that quietly kills constitutional commitments. Here is what the bill does not do. It does not create a dedicated gender commissioner. It does not fence a budget line for the gender mandate. It does not require specialist investigators trained in gender-based discrimination. It does not mandate a provincial agenda desk so that a woman in Kai or Pinga or Cholocho can reach to Parliament, can reach the institution without traveling to Harare or Bulawayo. It does not establish a reporting line annual to Parliament specific to the gender mandate. In my experience, Mr. Speaker, as a nurse, I have watched what happens when a responsibility is assigned without the architect to carry. What is told, it now covers maternity as well as pediatrics. No additional beds, no additional staff, no additional trucks. The women organizations that appeared before Parliament were not theorists. They were people who have tried to use these institutions. The Masvingo Women Rights Advocacy Group said plainly that these proposals would strip the Commission of its independence, its expertise, and its dedicated funding. Those are not up. Then I also, Mr. Speaker, say, ask the Minister I'm saying my second concern, Mr. Speaker, say, begins where the Minister, he is right about something important. The 2013 Constitution did not establish National Peace and Reconciliation Commission as a permanent institution. The Constitution gave it a 10-year life. The architects knew it was transitional. The bill does not invent that expired. It reflects it on that reading. The Minister is on a solid ground, and I will not sorry. But knowing that the institution was temporal does not tell us whether the work it was created to do is finished. Those are two different, that's a different question. And I ask the Honourable House should not allow the first to swallow the second. The Constitution's founding commitment to national unity, peace and reconciliation, which this bill leaves untouched, is not a 10-year obligation. It does not expire with the Commission. So what this bill truly puts before the Honourable House is not a technical question about constitutional lifespan. It is a political and moral question. When the institution ends, where does the duty go to? The bill removes the Peace and Reconciliation Commission from the Constitution, and as it stands, it does not say what comes next. The Zimbabwe Catholic Bishops Conference and the Zimbabwe Council of Churches have both raised this in their submissions, and I associate myself with them. Let me speak to what this means away from the constitutional text. I have sat in rooms in Matabeleland with families still carrying questions that no official process has answered. Mr. Speaker, I know that the record shows the Commission was operationalized in 2018. It held limited hearings. It produced no binding recommendations on Kukurawundi and no reparation framework. I do not dispute that record, but I draw the opposite conclusion from it. Mr. Speaker, I'm also conscious of the order granted by Justice Mafusire in 2019 which held that the commission should run an effective 10 years to the 5th of January 2028. That order was later contested and set aside on appeal, and I do not rest my case on it. I'm almost done. So before the Honourable House,
point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Before the Honourable House passes this bill.
Honourable Mguni.
Mr. Speaker, can the Honourable Member be heard in total silence? Can you please protect the Honourable Member? Please ensure that those on your right-hand side observe the silence that is required in this House. Thank you.
Honourable Makumile.
Oh, sorry.
I see you have a desire for this chair, but you cannot macro-manage the chair. I spoke to that earlier on, and order. We are not answering each other here. I want to teach you one fundamental advantage of this chair. It is that I speak and you keep quiet. And when you speak, I keep quiet. We don't sing. Honourable members, please let's have Honourable Mguni heard in silence. You may continue.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my position is this: I do not maybe completely oppose the bill on the ground that the commission must exist forever. It was not designed to. I question it because constitutional expiry and national abandonment are not the same thing. And this bill as drafted does not draw that distinct clearly enough for the people of Matabeleland to trust it. I'll conclude by saying, so before this Honourable House passes this bill, because the people of the women of Bulawayo do agree that change sometimes is inevitable, but it's always best maybe to raise your concerns. I asked the minister one question, and I asked it on behalf of families like in Cholocho, Lupani, Ngai, Binga, etc., who have waited years for an answer. When the Peace and the Reconciliation Commission is removed from the Constitution, what exact successor mechanism will the government establish with that mandate on what timeline, with what budget, with what provincial presence, and with what specific authority? And I thank you.
You have 1 minute 30 seconds to finish. Okay. You may continue for 1 minute 30 seconds. Are you done?
I was almost done. It was maybe just one last sentence.
Okay, go ahead.
That was saying, with what mandate, on what timeline, with what budget, with what provincial presence, and with what specific authority to address Kukuraund, so that the end of this commission does not become the end of the state's commitment to the people that it was created for. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.